Okay. I'm going to read the FOIA statement. In compliance with the Federal Freedom of Information Act, notice of this meeting was submitted by fax to the Spartanburg Herald Journal, posted on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Town Hall, and on the Town Hall's website. Roll call.
Ms. Green? Mr. Kennedy?
Here.
Ms. Eastler?
Here.
Ms. Burke?
Here.
Ms. Snell?
Here.
Ms. Hardy? Here. Mr. Handy?
Ms. Green stated that she, last minute, could not be here. I have everything from Mr. Candy.
Okay, so the meeting minutes from February 10th, 2026. Anyone seen any discrepancies? Just for verification, we just received these.
You're welcome to table it, so you have some time to look at it between now and next meeting.
I would like just for us to get these with our agenda.
Sure.
It just makes
That
it
is-
easier for us to have an opportunity to read them, and we want our records accurate.
Sure.
Okay.
No, we do our best to try to get that out
Yeah.
there.
I know there's a lot going on.
Right. We're trying to figure out a way that we could potentially use AI to help us do some of our minutes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of reading that still.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And we just
and-
got
and
it.
having taken minutes before from meetings and transposed them, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
So the way it
Yeah.
works, the way it works for now is on YouTube is it has the captions on there. They're not 100% correct, and it doesn't pick up voices of who's saying what. And so we're evaluating some programs right now that we can identify voices with the program, and it would take down the minutes based on who said, they would recognize their voice and actually put it into the format.
I don't know about that. But I mean, even if you just had what you said, the captions, and then the person who is transposing has, they can be watching to see what's not right. You know what I'm saying?
So we want to,
You have a video, you have a
Correct.
video of your minutes. And then if you're gonna use AI, you still need a person to listen to these minutes along with this AI
Yeah.
to be sure, double check that it's working.
Yeah.
We don't just need to just let it go and believe that it's,
Oh, no, it would take care of about 95% of the work.
oh yeah, it would take care of a lot.
Right.
It would, I say it would eliminate human error, however, AI has some errors itself.
Yes.
So that's a checks and balances that's important,
Absolutely.
so get a motion to delay this till next time?
I'll make that motion to delay it.
To table it.
Second.
Table it? That's it, table it.
Second.
All right. You want to
Okay.
vote on it?
Everyone in agreement? Anyone opposed? Oh, man. Old business. Discussion regarding zoning of certain properties from C3 to C2.
Yes, that was something that you had requested, that the central business district is C3. And if there are homes that are located in those areas, the ordinance that's currently being considered from council is to fix that for existing ones if the home burns down and they can rebuild. This would be so that if someone wanted to sell that home as a home to the next person on there, and there's going to be more than 6 months in which the property would be vacated, that's when it would potentially trigger it not being able to be a resident on there. So you had asked for those properties to be rezoned, so that would change. So if you rezoned it from C3 to C2, C2 enables, the only problem is with C2 is that you can still build a single-family residential property in any area in C2. Now, what I put in the ordinance on there is to basically, any property that currently has a home on it would be rezoned to C2, but all the rest of them would stay at C3.
Could we just change it from 6 months to a year to allow for time for people to be able to renovate or do whatever they're going to do?
We would
Instead of the
consider
6 months, could we have it,
Renovation
Well-
would be part of that. That could be an occupying code. Just because someone is not physically there, they are using space. It would be if someone moved out of the home completely and it was vacant for 6 months and a new person came in. But if it was under construction, that wouldn't be part of it.
so it doesn't include construction, renovations, anything like that, okay?
I mean, that's the way I would interpret it on that, is that it would be, once you, because you move into that home, that's your home, that's your spot, that's your 4% resident location. Whether you're doing construction on there or having to live, something rental, that's still your 4% primary residence.
So the existing homes on Memorial Drive, is that what you're talking about, would change to C2?
There are 2 homes on Memorial. There is one on West Main Street that's behind the coffee shop. There are several that are on 150 between Main Street going up to Memorial.
Well, there's more residential houses on Memorial than 2.
3.
There's more than that.
There is another one that's a mobile home.
No, on the other side of the street. So the Floyd Cemetery, there's 1 or 2 before that, you pass that, and then there's 2 more. And then on the other side of the street, there's 1.
Those may not, yeah, I gotta check and see.
They are, because on this map, it's just the cemetery and the chapel there that are yellow. Everything else is this pink color. So it would be 1,
Whatever
2,
you're-
3, 4, well,
If you
that's,
look at the ordinance on there, I included all the homes on there that were residential. So 333-03-008, which I think I started right now.
and even the one that's the mobile home should stay, it's a residence, and it's on Memorial Drive.
It is.
So I think that should not be C3, that should be C2.
Memorial Drive.
Okay, gotcha. That's the, okay.
Which one?
the chapel, this is the mobile
Where's Gary's house?
Gary's house is right,
There.
right
Oh,
here.
right
big
here,
white
okay.
house.
And that house, and that's hers. And
This is the old EMS station.
Okay,
Right.
it's gone.
it's got,
All right, then we got these.
but that's not Memorial Drive, that's
No,
150.
that's 150.
Memorial Drive. I don't even, the only houses, I don't know. You got the chapel, and then you got one next door is a rental, I think it's a rental.
So it can still be sold.
Because they are Mexicans that were living in it.
Which one?
You gotta take it back out some.
Next to the-
See it.
We can't see Memorial Drive anymore.
Nope,
on our screens.
right there.
All right.
You got the chapel, and then that, at 171 is
That's a house.
rental
I've seen
house.
people there.
A rental house.
And I think the Mexicans that live there are
Okay,
dead.
and then this one right here, the one.
191 is also a rental house,
Okay.
There's a
unless they
25
bought it.
properties.
Yeah.
Now this one right here,
This right here,
that one.
that's somebody living in there.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's
trailer.
not- Is it a rental?
I'm not sure about that one. I know
So
the,
there's 5 residential houses there. You keep moving it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so this property right here is 329-000093. And if you look on,
William Kroger.
That's not one right there. Okay.
And that's that Brown, used to be Brown's,
Store, yeah.
yeah, store there.
That's the little church.
It's a little church now.
Gotcha.
On the other side there, 130 is a mobile home. On the other side of that street.
Take
180,
the box off there.
he will, man. But that's the only mobile home right there that's been there, and,
The 130,
yeah. The rest of those are buildings, and that 180 and 184 is buildings too.
Can you remove the box, please, Patrick? Thank you.
thanks.
That 130 is the only mobile home on that Memorial Drive.
Yeah, that's all I see too.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
That one mobile home right
What
That's the
about
only one on it that I'm aware of.
on Memorial Drive?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They're all on, that's Memorial Drive.
there. Yeah, that's one mobile home.
Yeah,
But we're talking about all
but
the
we're talking
houses.
about all the houses. There's 5 residences,
Yeah.
not 2 or 3.
These houses, they would not be able to rebuild as residences, they would have to be business. And that's what we were debating. And
That's the
also-
discussion.
And all these over here,
On Highway 150
Highway 150.
are all houses, except for Coleman's building.
right,
Yeah.
So those should all remain residential.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah.
Or C2, or,
They can choose or.
C2. That's what we're trying to do, is to make them C2 so they can be built back, right?
so that they can remain residences, even if they're unoccupied for 6 months. More than 6 months.
Yeah, that's Michael McGuire's trailer.
That's all right, it's still a
Oh, yeah,
residence.
I knew who it was.
He has a lot of them.
Now, in
Oh, okay, unit, and those, he's over on the other side
okay,
of
yeah.
the highway.
Yeah, there was only one that I missed on there. It's 329-000-093. Will need to be added to that.
Added to what? What are you
The
talking about?
list, if you look on your packet,
Okay.
so I had to put which ones are being changed. And so this is the list of the ones that's in your packet that are to be changed.
So which ones are these? Because there's a lot of houses, there's a lot of properties here. Would have been better if there was a description, an address, or something next to it instead of just the parcel number.
I agree.
'Cause that's not helpful to us. We don't have access right now to look each and every one of these up.
We can do that. So what you can do is I can click on each one of the properties and you can verify that they're on the list.
Okay, go ahead.
We should not have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, just in the future, it might be easier to have an identifier rather than the parcel number or the map number.
So 3-33-03-012.01. Is that on the list?
Okay, but,
Should be on the first page.
so what is, hold on, because that's not even in C3.
It is.
Not according to this map you just gave me. Hold on, I gotta take a picture of it so I can see it. Okay, it is.
Which one?
So that's 131,
That's 131.
Okay, 131. Okay, let's see where I am there.
and that's 012-01.
Next one is 3-33-03-012. That should be right above it.
3, all right.
Yes, but this is very confusing in the future. You know, if you're gonna put parcel numbers on here, we need an address.
Okay, but the parcel ID covers the entire parcel, and there'll have to be multiple addresses on that parcel.
That's okay.
Because this is not helpful, and this is kind of wasting time. Okay, what's the next one? 115,
Well, 115 is a vacant lot,
10, that's okay.
so the next
Well, we
one
still need the information.
is 3-33-03-010.01.
230.
That's the next one below the first two that you did.
All right, so what's 220 there? Those are both vacant, but what are the map numbers?
Well, they're vacant.
Okay, but could we get so we know where it is on here?
Did you want to add vacant properties to this?
No, I want to be able to, I want to be able to match it on this list that you gave us of the map numbers.
3-33-03-012.03. It should not be on that list
It's not.
Okay.
because it's a vacant property.
But if it is sold, then it would still follow under this ordinance guideline, so.
Well, it's C3, wouldn't it?
It's currently C3. My understanding.
But if we're
that y'all
changing
wanted-
everything around it, it should be C2 with everything around it, right?
Well, the whole reason that we were going through this is because you wanted a residence to be able to be sold as a residence.
Okay. But it's currently C3, so we'd have to rezone it to C2.
So
Yes.
it's currently C3. I didn't think that you wanted to change it because there's no residence on the property.
No, but if somebody wants to build it, you're going to have everything around it on 150 and East Main Street that are C2. And then have that one property, 1.5 properties would be C3. And who knows what would go in there? Because there's no setback requirements or anything. So if it's C3, they could put something up right next to a residence, right on the property line. So I would rather see those as C2
Okay.
to avoid anyone being able to do that. Because if someone decided right there on the next one up, that little teeny tiny piece of property, decided that they wanted to put something in there, there's no setback requirements from the road, the sides, the backs, nothing. So I wouldn't be happy if I lived in 230 and somebody decided they were gonna build right up to the property line, right? At 220. So I think that everything around there, that entire road and that corner should be C2. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I wouldn't want somebody coming in and building next to me right on the property line.
So with 220 and
115.
115, you want those to also be C2?
Yeah,
I would like to see that.
would make more sense to me.
Yeah, just that whole area.
If you're
would be
gonna have all
C2.
that down through there, C2.
You're right.
I agree with it.
You wouldn't want a commercial spot right there on the corner on a high traffic area?
Not with having residences right there around them, no. Maybe in the future,
Okay.
I mean, but not with houses all around it.
Well, it's not
It
eventually
depends
gonna
on
be
what
around.
kind of resident, I mean, what kind of business you're talking about.
No, that's a,
Yeah, a C2 is.
Then we can actually change it if we need to back then, whenever
But
it
a
comes.
C2 is a neighborhood commercial district.
so they could still do
So
some
they
commercial
could
things
Still
there.
build.
A commercial business on that corner that you're talking about.
Like a beauty shop or something.
But they wouldn't be allowed to build right up to the property line.
Right.
With C3, there's no setback requirements.
Okay, yeah.
So like right there where the coffee shop is, you can build right up to the property line. That little red building next to the coffee shop is only the building. So somebody could come over and decide they're gonna build that whole lot right there, if it's C3, into just one ginormous building,
Yes.
right on the property lines.
That was the direction that part of the comprehensive plan was the direction of going in this direction.
For the other end. That was the idea for the other end, for West Main, not East Main.
That's not what was, okay.
So what's this one? Oh, no.
Is there any property that you don't want to be changed from C3 to C2?
Well, weren't we talking about doing this for the specific purpose of not having people to have to come and appeal and get a zoning change? Or am I totally off base? I mean, that's where all this started from.
No,
was to
what it started
convince them we
from
had
was
too
that people
many-
you wanted people to
Too many
sell
districts.
their homes to somebody to live in and be able to have the option of 6 months or more than 6 months of being vacant. So as of right now, the homes that are in this area are non-conforming, which means that if someone else bought it and didn't occupy it within 6 months of the last person coming in, then it would have to go to what's that district is set up for, which is commercial.
Okay, so let's go to the next one, 230. Which one's 230? What?
I think we should table this until we get addresses here. I don't, it's too confusing. But that's my opinion.
I kind of agree with you. Could you give us a list of all of these properties in this area with the addresses and the map numbers?
When you say this area, I need to know.
The area we're discussing, Memorial Drive up to where it meets Jerusalem, and then Jerusalem out 150 to where it meets East Main Street.
How far down Jerusalem do you want to go?
Well, it doesn't really go down Jerusalem because that 410 right there is already a commercial. That's already commercial.
So the whole block from which Jerusalem, North 150, Royal Oaks, and Oaks is all currently C3. Do you want that to look at C2 as well?
C2.
Yeah, just switch it to C2 for Memorial and C150 where those houses are.
Is there a plan for that area? For 390, 112, and 350 there?
There's currently not a plan. As of right now, it's currently zoned as Central Business District.
Yes, but didn't you say something about a storm drain, and you also had said something before about a traffic circle there?
I would like to at some point look at putting in some type of storm drain system on the Royal Oak side over there.
Because I think you said the last meeting, these properties were not buildable?
What's that?
I thought you said the last meeting that these properties on the corner of Jerusalem and North Highway 150 were not buildable?
In my opinion, they are because there's a lot of flooding that happens out there. But
And it's
Oh, in your
it was
opinion.
included in that presentation of the storm drainage. I think it was. I was listening.
it was mentioned in there, but not exactly what to do with
Yeah.
the funds.
Yeah. Actually, 350 is in that storm drain area.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, we
part of
just-
112.
Yeah, we discussed that the last meeting.
So maybe we should do what Angelique said and just
To it all C2?
do those and leave those up here alone.
Leave what alone?
The storm drainage area, where we're talking about storm drainage.
So
From
leave that
Royal
as
Oak.
C3.
Wait a minute, let's discuss it.
From Royal Oak out to Jerusalem Road?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But Royal Oak down to East Main Street, C2?
Their houses there.
What
Yeah.
Is anything on 310?
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, no, 310's vacant.
Yeah, that's all vacant.
There's nothing on it, right?
I don't think there's anything on that entire block, is there, Patrick?
What was this again?
Royal Oak,
There is nothing in
that whole area,
the
right?
whole block.
So I could leave that.
So let's just
C3
don't
and
even touch
C2.
that. Let's leave it like it
In
is.
C2.
Until you come about the storm drain thing.
Right, because,
Yeah, that's resolved.
yeah, that's resolved. So we're only talking about these homes up here.
The homes and the empty lots that are in between
Right,
the homes,
correct.
because I would not be happy if someone came in and put a business up to the property line,
Yes. What do you think, John?
and I lived
I
there.
agree with you. I mean, it's, right now, we need to concentrate on that.
This lot right here, do you want this to be rezoned as well?
What is that?
Which lot are we talking about?
What's
The trailers?
Yes.
No, we're not discussing the trailers.
There's mobile homes on there, there's people living there.
There's one person living there, you said our last meeting.
Yeah, do you,
Where?
He's talking about way over here.
Okay.
That we're
I
not
would
even
say that the
discussing.
mobile homes should stay commercial.
Yeah,
Once
all
they're-
of this.
yeah,
We're
once-
talking about North Highway 150 and Memorial
I
Drive.
got that, but what you said earlier was,
Well,
there are people who are living on this property. They cannot sell their property or do anything with there once they leave, once it becomes vacant.
Yeah, but aren't those,
These houses here that are along,
do they own those mobile homes or are they paid for those?
They don't.
Then I would keep it commercial.
but the houses at the road
Yeah, they
are
should be.
what should be
C3.
C2.
Or C2, yeah. C3 here, C2 here.
From the railroad tracks to Packlet Tire
That's
should,
They should be going, that's commercial and it's rental properties. It's not a personal.
So all the properties from West Main Street, railroad tracks, all the way down to 150, all get rezoned?
the residential properties.
Okay, not the
So-
gas station, the vacant lots,
No,
I'd say the gas station place should be C3.
even though the
Yeah,
vacant
all
lots
this
are gonna be next
C3.
door to, so you're gonna have 131 here, it's residential.
mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna have all of these lots here, they're gonna have 0 lot lines.
What lots are we talking? I mean, I see 131.
Yeah.
The 7,000 lots, is that?
Yeah, I think those
That's
should
what
stay
I was
C3
saying.
because they're right there on Pine Street. They're right there on the road.
But your argument before was that this property, you didn't like being 0 lot line because it was next door to a residence.
Well, these homes are already right there.
Okay?
They already
So
have
this-
trailers behind them. They already have the fallen down old service station.
But you've got a house that's right here, and then all of these lots can be 0 lot line right here. They can't.
We're not seeing your address.
So 70, 91, 70, 81, 70, 70, 70, 71, all of those would, it doesn't make sense that you're saying you're worried about this lot that doesn't have anybody on it. But you aren't worried about any of these lots down here. You're not worried about the lots on the corner of 150 and 9 staying at C3, but you are worried about the lot on West Main Street and 150.
Yeah, because where the old service station, all that is, that's on Pine Street, or isn't that Pine Street?
Yeah.
That's the main thoroughfare. There's IGA and everything on that. So that's really our main street. So that would make sense to be commercial.
Well, Main Street is normally your main street, so that there's the plan.
But Main
the
Street
plan
is not
to
where
develop.
our staples of the town are. Where Dollar General is, and IGA, and the Valero, and the liquor store, and the clock, and the old bank, and O'Reilly's are not on West Main Street, they're on Pine Street.
When you develop the Coleman store into a commercial space, and all this ends up being developed into a downtown area, do you not have the same issue with all of these being residential?
Well, look, we're not trying to make them residential, we're trying to make them C2.
Okay. But
So the houses on 150,
But that enables people to build single-family homes.
excuse me,
That enables people to build single-family homes there.
what, where their homes already exist?
Excuse
Where
me?
the homes exist? What are you talking about?
Aren't we
Why
talking
does he
about
keep
in
making
the
other things so
event that these
confusing?
things burn? Is that
No,
it?
that's been done. That's over with.
Okay,
We did that last time. So what we're talking about is C2
yeah.
and C3. This is all C3 right now.
Sorry, I'll cut my off.
What you're wanting to have happen is for 115 to be a residential home there, a single-family residential home on a primary corner of the town.
It's going to be C2, not residential.
C2 allows for a single-family.
Okay, it will allow for it. So yes, it will allow for someone to build up a single-family home there, yes.
Business.
Or a business. They have more options.
Okay, but you don't
Because-
want to have the same options for the ones that are on Pine Street.
Who said that?
Well, you said.
No, we want to keep that C3. And the houses on North Highway 150, 131, 151, 181, 191, 180, and 150 is the Lions Club, but those should be C2.
Okay.
I don't know, I don't understand where the confusion's coming from.
What I'm saying is a contradiction, is what I'm saying. It's a contradiction to say.
It allows for commercial to be there, but not go to the edge of the property, the setback requirements.
But,
That's our concern with those properties. Out front, they already have all that stuff right on their property line. There's trailers right, mobile homes right up to the property line. If that building at the corner, the old service station, took up the entire corner, well, that would be fine, because it looks a heck of a lot better than what's sitting there now for all these years that just keeps getting worse and nothing gets done about it. So I would rather see something built corner to corner on there than what's existing there right now.
but not on the corner of 150 and West, and East Main Street.
No, because it's all residences around there. It's not next to a warehouse and a trailer park and a feed store and a tire store and a church and a liquor store. It's not right there in the middle of all of that. I don't understand the confusion, Patrick.
Okay. If you don't see the contradiction there, we'll move forward.
I don't feel like it's a contradiction because we're not saying let's make it R20. That's not what we're saying. It's a very small step down from what currently exists there.
But that step down enables you to put in a single-family residential property right there.
Okay, and that's fine. It also allows you to put in a business
Correct.
with with
Correct.
a little more restrictive setback requirements.
Our purpose
That's the only difference.
was trying to protect the people who already own these houses that have been living there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
181's being rebuilt anyway, isn't it? Or,
Yes.
Yeah, it was renovated. It's
Yeah.
for sale now,
Yeah.
So
as a residence.
what is 181 being sold as right now?
Which one was that again?
181.
Right.
181 is a C3 property.
Okay. And is the owner advertising and selling that property as a C3 property?
No,
Do they know that it cannot be sold as a home?
it's listed as a residential property.
Yeah.
And Ned said that, all that started before we adopted our ordinances.
But it's
Okay, if that's
it's
so,
after.
then pull your building permit and get that date off of it, and then get the date that your comprehensive plan went in, and your zoning ordinance went in effect. And that should be transparent enough to see. If not, then we did not properly let the person who owns that property know when they pulled their building permit, when they asked for a building permit. You do realize this is a C3. You have to build it as a business. Now, we don't know if that was done. That's
When
what,
that house was originally built, it was before the zoning, the town had zoning at all.
yes, I know.
But we're
Originally,
not
we're
talking about the existing.
renovations.
They may have done a renovation without a building permit.
And now, why would that happen?
People do illegal stuff all the time.
It's out in broad daylight. We've got zoning ordinance people, company that we pay to do this, Patrick.
They've done some yard work out there and they've removed some stuff out there. I don't know if any work is.
They were out there.
That house sold in April 24th of 2025, after our new zoning ordinance was approved by council. So,
They should have been informed at that
They would not have been able to get a building permit. Now, the thing is if they were, the people who were living, if they were, the people who were existing living in there is a non-conforming use and they can maintain that, yes.
But they weren't. They had moved prior to that.
Yeah, because it was under construction for about 4 months.
If they
More than
were,
that.
Yeah. But I'm saying that I saw.
if you are living in a home that's in a non-conforming use, you can maintain that and you can continue to have work done on that property for as long as you live there.
Okay, so they sold it the end of April. They started doing renovations. We had asked last time if they had received permits for the work they were doing, because they did quite a lot of work in that building, inside and outside of that building. And you
check into
did
that.
not know, you said you were gonna check into it before. Because of the renovation part,
We had this discussion in the last meeting.
Yep. That would be fine.
so when they applied for permits, whether it was probably May, if they applied for permits, because people do illegal things all the time.
I'll check into that and see if a permit was pulled for that property, because if they pulled a permit for that property,
Well, my thing is this sale occurred after this was approved. In the beginning of April, I think, council approved the new zoning ordinance, was in the beginning of April. This property was purchased the end of April. It went to closing. And then
but the closing.
they
doesn't-
got, yeah, so when they applied for that permit,
As long
if
as-
they did, they should have been informed that's a commercial property.
If the property was not vacant for more than 6 months, it would not trigger that.
But it wasn't, it was vacant because it was the old police officer lived there and he moved out.
As long
He
as,
moved out quite a bit before. A while before that, he moved. So it was vacant for over 6 months before the sale went through.
I'll have to check into that and see if that was the case.
Please. Second request.
So,
Yeah, because it was purchased by him October 28th of 2024.
It's not listening.
Yes. 181,
All right, do we want to table this? Anybody a motion to table it, or what are we going to do? Do we want the addresses for these properties?
what we're saying is,
Because Patrick has to be done at 6:30. He has a class.
property, so it should be C2.
C2?
Yeah.
Or you can make a motion if you want, if that's what you
Well,
feel.
isn't that part of what we've been discussing all along anyway?
What? Which one, hon?
That
He keeps
181?
moving it.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. What, along 150?
Yeah.
Between East Main and Pine Street?
Yeah.
Up to the old service station?
Up to the
So you're
service
talking-
station.
Can you scroll it up a little bit, please?
Come on up. There you go, right there.
So these would,
These are houses
C3.
already, the
Well, that's the
130.
old service station.
Well, no.
He keeps covering it.
Well, anyway, that 183, 181 and 151 and 131 should be a C2.
Yes.
And then you can keep the others the same.
That's what we were
180
saying.
And, well, 180 is just one building
180,
here.
oh yeah, that's,
Because then it's next to the Lions Club, so that could stay C3, because it's just one residence, it's not multiple.
But 181, 151, and 133 are residences.
And those
These
are
four
included in your,
residences.
those are included in
Yes.
the ordinance.
Excuse me?
Those are included in the ordinance list.
To go to C3.
To go to C2.
C2.
C2,
Yeah.
excuse me.
okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yes,
If
perfect.
you're gonna do the others, you might well do them too.
The only thing I did not add on there was the 131 Memorial Drive and the vacant properties that were on East Main Street. If you want, we can add those 3 properties on here, and y'all can go ahead and proceed if you'd like.
So, how about this? How about you change everything? and then we table it until the next meeting to ensure that it's what we wanted, or what we're thinking.
Yes.
That we're all on the same page.
Now, one other question. What about 180, which is on the other side of the road?
Well, that one I think should just stay the C3 because it's next to the Lions Club. It's right next to the railroad tracks, and there's
Right.
no other residences around it, so I don't
Nope.
see that being a problem as being C3.
I
Because
agree.
it's not multiple
No, it's just that
residences.
one.
Just release the gas.
There's a White House right there.
Yeah, it's a big,
Yeah, it's
like,
that
two-story.
Big house, but then here's the Lions Club.
Yeah.
Here's the railroad.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm not sure.
I'm not sure who.
I don't have a problem with that. Leave it C3 then.
Patrick, could we see who owns 180 at the corner of
Yes,
East
that's it.
Main and 150, please?
So Jennifer just pulled up our permits, and the only permits that we have for 181 Highway 150 were just for releasing of the gas release for being able to have to turn the gas back on. That's the only permits we've gotten.
Interesting.
They've done a lot of yard work in the front yard, but that would be it.
Okay, so there aren't any, so it automatically would convert to commercial. It's not a residence.
That's correct.
Okay. So I think,
So
But that house is included already
That's
in
for
your
sale.
list. To change to C2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What
yeah,
I did was I looked at everything that was currently in C3, and any of those properties that had a current residential property, I added to this list. The only one that I missed is the 131 Memorial Drive.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you added that on there, and the two vacant lots that you wanted to have on there, the 115 and the 220 on there, you would have, I think, everything that y'all wanted to be on there.
Okay, rewrite it and we'll look at it.
with the
next
map,
time.
if you could get, do the map, we'll table it, and then make sure everything's the way that was, so we're all in agreement
Sure.
before we send it to council. Can someone come and do anything on those properties before then?
Before then,
Well, there's probably
No,
no
before
plans,
then, it's gonna stay what it is.
what it is. Okay, can I get a motion to table this?
I motion to table. I motion
Angelique
to
made
table.
a motion to table this and Don second.
Second.
Okay, new business. Oh, all in favor?
Yeah.
Anyone opposed? Okay. New business. Consider an ordinance map amendment rezoning multiple properties from C3 to C2. We just did that.
Yeah, that's the one.
it was a discussion, and if y'all wanted to go ahead and approve it.
No,
No, we tabled it.
tabled it.
All right. In,
Okay, consider an ordinance for short-term rentals.
So I put together a memo that y'all have, as well as an ordinance on here.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
Is there anyone right now at this time interesting or talking about opening it or doing an Airbnb?
The only thing that I'm aware of, there's council members who want it for the upcoming Riverfest. There was someone who was operating one
Michael Estates.
in Michael Estates. But no, I haven't had anybody besides that come and say we want to have.
All right, well, my thinking is, right now, as it stands, because it's not listed, there's not an ordinance for it, then it can't be done,
That's
correct? Okay. You put in here all this stuff about how we would do an annual zoning permit inspection of all this stuff. Why do we want to open up a can of worms at this particular time in the hopes that during Riverfest, somebody may have a rental? We have far too many more important pressing matters for us to be involved in this right now. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying at the time, right now, there's more things that we need to pay attention to, as opposed to hopefully having an Airbnb, somebody being able to have an Airbnb. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Now, that's why I asked first if you had people wanting to do it. And you said there's a council person that wants to do it?
Their council has sent this to y'all to review because they would like to have the option of having short-term rentals in the town of Packard. So it was sent here for y'all to make a recommendation back to them.
I recommend that we do not, because our infrastructure is in dire need of improvement, and I think we're putting the horse before the cart by putting this in. And you already have so much work that you have to do right now. Who is gonna regulate, police this? I mean, you know, it's not an option that I see viable for Packard at this time. I'm not saying that it won't ever. I would love to see those treehouse rentals along the river, but it's just, we don't need to muddy up our water any more than it's already muddied up. And I'm not talking literally, I'm talking figuratively.
Okay.
My opinion about it is that if we're gonna allow it, I think we only allow it in the commercial areas.
Yes, I do have an issue with it.
I don't
being
think
on
it should be
every-
allowed in, I think just C1, C2, C3. It should only be, that's my personal opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, it shouldn't be just the whole town opened up.
But I think we need to have a really good plan.
And you were talking about the state has been working on some regulations about Airbnb.
For the last 20 years, yeah.
Okay, and where are they in this process?
They are not, it's a political football that no one really wants to get involved in.
Well, we don't need to
Yeah.
go out for a pass either.
I agree with that. If the state has not
But not for the reason you make
implemented
that.
anything,
Pardon
then
me?
Not for the reason you make that.
It doesn't, I don't care the reason. I'm just saying, our whole town there's blurred lines, there's too much gray area, and we need to control it better. We need to do a lot of things, and infrastructure is a big,
Huge.
huge expense and a huge project that needs to be worked on.
What infrastructure needs to be completed before?
a lot of it, I mean, the electric, the water, the storm drains. We have all kinds of issues. We don't have, there's sewer lines that we need put in. There's a lot of things. I mean, you're talking about making that, you're like want to make that area C3. They don't even have you couldn't even put a restaurant in there because it doesn't have the appropriate sewage lines. So, I mean, we should probably get that stuff in order before we try to move on and create a situation where people purchase things and want to put in a restaurant, and guess what? No, you can't because it doesn't have city sewage.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of those things that we need to address before we move on with the whole growth thing.
So is there?
Most of us are on board for the growth, but the town needs to be prepared for that.
So is there a recommendation to not proceed with short-term rentals?
I make a motion that we don't.
Before you say that, I would like to know what are you talking about? What is short-term room?
An Airbnb, you see,
No,
I
I mean,
think,
wait,
If you wanted to rent a home out, an existing home, or if you got a condo here, as of right now, there's no lodging facilities in the entire town. And so what this is if you wanted to rent a room out, or if you wanted to rent a house out for 30 days or less, you can currently rent anywhere in the whole town for long-term rental. Short-term rental is 30 days or less. So if-
something like that would be better in like
So
commercial
you're saying
districts,
like
C3,
a person's
C2.
home, a person's home, they could rent one room out.
No, the whole
No, the whole
Like
house.
your neighbor, if they were gone for the weekend, they could rent it out to somebody,
You could rent the, like
like a hotel.
an accessory dwelling unit. You could rent something over the top of, like if you had a condo or apartment over the top of the garage, you could rent that out of there. So it's primarily for residential properties. I hear you say you wanted to keep this to commercial, but the homes are mostly in residential areas, and that's what Airbnb is about, is renting homes.
To give you a good example, in Augusta, Georgia, down there where the Masters golf tournament is, people who have homes fairly close to the golf course will leave and go on vacation and rent their houses out to people who want to come and
Make a
either-
fortune too.
Yes, they make a lot of money
Sure they
doing
do
that.
there.
But it's because there is the Masters there. So you have golfers that bring their whole entire family and they rent houses out.
I've just been informed there are people that do come to town hall and they do ask for Airbnbs or that are in the area.
They call and ask about them.
They've got family that live in the area. and
Okay, that's good.
They
That's
don't
good.
want to stay there on front, but they want to stay close by.
That's good.
That makes
That's
sense.
good to know.
They come in for work. Like, we've had people come here from Columbia for training and different things, and they can't believe that we don't have anywhere to stay in Packard.
That's interesting.
There are interests.
The area that we just discussed would be perfect for that. 150 Memorial, that whole area would be perfect for that. It's downtown and,
And two, with this proposal, it said failure to respond to 2 or more incidences. That, you don't give them that much. If we were to do it, I wouldn't give them that much. I wouldn't give them 2 chances on something like that.
This is if we reach out and we need to contact the property owner to resolve something, and there are 2 separate instances within I think it's a 12-month period of time, that they would automatically lose their ability to appeal.
So that's what they said we would do for business.
Yeah.
The key word here is short term. So that means a person would be in a space very long. They wouldn't be living there for months.
Right.
It would just be short term.
Okay,
Right,
for
it
an
would be-
example, do you know where Michael Estates is? Okay, that's a neighborhood that has children, that kind of stuff. Well, someone opened their house to the Airbnb, advertised it for Airbnb, and they had some people come in that threw a party that had cars all around the road, and they were making a lot of noise, and they called the police, and that's how they were found out that they were doing that.
But the problem with that is, everybody, that don't happen there, but that's just one problem that you know about here in Packard. And it's probably the only one, right?
Well, it's because we don't have that
Regulations.
option. We don't have that option for people to do that. But when we give that option, then that opens the door for them to go and come and do that.
So
That's how the whole thing got started.
So if you look at it, you got 2 homes that are side by side. One house has a renter who's been renting on a yearly basis. And, whatever ends up happening is whatever. So if it's on the right-hand side or the other side, having an Airbnb and they cause a lot of problems, we can shut down their Airbnb. I can't shut down a rental. You're actually getting more restrictions on there if they go through this process.
I still feel that it should just be allowed in the commercial areas where there are residences, not in the R10, R20. But I agree with Kim that if the state has not implemented anything regarding short-term rentals, like a guide for towns like Packlet, I don't think that it's something we should dive into right now. And again, there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be done, needs to be tended to.
And when people call, Jennifer, could there be a way that you could, you know, ask, you know, are you here for business? You know, let us know how much this interest is and what kind, you know, are
We
they?
have a lot of interest around, like last year we had some interest at Riverfest.
Mhm.
You might remember people that did call.
Mhm.
But then it was during the holidays, like people wanted to come visit family.
Okay.
It's like they don't want to stay, there may not be room in the people's homes for
Right.
them to stay, but they didn't want to stay all the way in Spartanburg. or
Right,
Birmingham.
right.
They wanted to stay close by, and they're like, hey, can you all have me?
Okay.
Or, you know, whatnot. And then we've had, like I said, there's only been one time that I know of for sure where somebody came in here for training who wanted to stay locally. And luckily, her daughter lived close by, she could stay with her. She's like, I'm surprised I don't have any Airbnb.
Well, but just because we don't have them in the
Take a
city
little bit
limits,
Of research, just tell us how many, you know.
Yeah.
And why they want to come and that kind, I mean,
Yeah, but it's
You know, we're
been
not-
nobody that's supposed to come to the party, it's not been anybody young,
But,
it's been
yeah.
people visiting things.
right, but we did have that incident, so, I mean, yeah, I just,
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, these people ask, do we have people that's got places that they could stay in the first place? Do we have a list of that and where they at?
You can't legally do that.
yeah.
So, if they haven't, I mean, you got no place to recommend because I don't think
I mean,
there's
I just
any
had to
around.
recommend hotels, like,
What's- Yeah, there's no hotels in this area.
hotels, I mean, the closest hotels is like, what, downtown Spartanburg? Unless you
We
want to
got one down in Jonesville if you want to stay there.
stay- Yeah.
Okay.
but I mean, just because we don't have them in the city limits doesn't mean there's not any outside of the city limits. All it takes is a simple search on one of these websites, Verbo and all of these. You could go in there and search the area and it will show you where they are on a map. So just because we don't have them inside the city limits doesn't mean there aren't any in the county.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So there might be some right here in Cherokee County, there might be some going towards Jonesville, there might be some going to, yeah. So I don't think it's as important for us to have them here in the town when it's less regulated outside of the city limits, and they'd be permitted to do that.
It's the ability to regulate it, and it's also the ability to collect accommodations tax.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with Kim, I don't think we're ready for that.
Well, and I know there are reasons, you know, I know there are perfectly valid reasons why people, I know of a girl whose daughter comes up here for a dance competition. They wanted, you know, there's all kinds of reasons to do it, and I'm not opposed to it.
I just don't think there's any places we got in Packard.
Yeah, I just don't, I don't know.
In the first place.
Yeah, I don't know that people are ready to do that. You know, they're just, now, when I win the lottery, I might Airbnb my house, but not, I mean, not sensibly. The people I know on our street are senior citizens, and it would petrify them to know that people, yes, you Don. But, you know, I just think that we're not ready for this yet.
So there's a motion to deny, or to not recommend. Was there a second on that?
Well, Diane just went to the restroom or something, so we should
I'll
probably wait a
second it
second.
if you
Okay.
want me to. How's that girl? You don't have any further discussion?
Well,
We're waiting on Diane so we can do a vote.
Beat it to death.
Beat it dead.
You know, if we had a place, you know, it'd be different, but we don't have any.
Yeah.
So typically what people end up doing is, if there's rental properties that are already in town, and there's some people, if they're not able to get, you can actually make more money off of renting it as a short-term rental than you would long-term.
Oh,
It's not about the money here.
I That's what I'm saying.
not-
For the town it is.
Okay,
It's about
but I'm explaining to
generating.
him that there are people that if you could do that, people could take a home that they're currently renting on a long term, they could furnish the location, and then they could put it on Airbnb, and then they could be rented out.
Do you know what these places do?
And that would be a
It currently is not allowed,
Yeah, I know.
so they couldn't do that. But if
Well,
it
I
was
know that.
allowed, they
But
could.
have you had requests of it?
That's what we were asking about.
Yes, because there's currently a place that was doing it, didn't realize that they couldn't, and would like to do it.
Okay, all in favor of, what was your motion?
Denying the request.
All in favor of denying the request for short-term rentals? All in favor? Anyone not in favor? Opposed? Are
Diane?
you in favor of not going forward with this, or do you oppose? Do you want to go forward
The
with it?
Airbnb?
Yes. You oppose? Or in favor?
For right now, I oppose.
Yeah, that's me. I'm not,
I think we just need to have it set up.
Well, I don't understand, well, I have questions about why the person that wanted to do it, they wanted to do it during the festival.
There's currently a home that's in Michael Estates that was doing it. We let them know that it was against ordinance. And so they stopped. But there's council people that had told me that they would like for this to be opened up so that people in the community could do this, especially for stuff like Riverfest or other events like Paddle Packle. We've had people who came in for Paddle Packle that would like to have had a place to stay here in town. And right now, since it's not legal, no one can open a place for them to be able to rent in the town.
So it should be legal. So I think we should do it. Because
That's what she
it's only few houses that, you know, everybody wouldn't be doing it.
Right, everybody won't be doing it.
And so it would be certain houses that want to do it. Anyone could do it, but
So you oppose
yeah, see.
not going forward with this?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's 4-1.
Okay.
I would like to make a motion that, well, I didn't get the opportunity to make a motion to amend the agenda, but I would like for us to discuss outdoor lighting in residential areas and different things like that, and at the next,
You want to add it to the
Planning
next
Commission.
meeting?
Okay. So for the next planning commission, you want to discuss outdoor lighting?
yes. And that means like limitations or just different things.
I'll put together a list of every single district and what the requirements or,
That'd be great.
regulations, restrictions are, so
Super.
that you can look at those, and if you want to.
Do we have,
Awesome,
What's that?
awesome.
we have them?
They're all in your book. I was just gonna pull them all out so you can look at them in like 1 page or 2 pages.
Perfect.
But all the lighting stuff is already in your zoning ordinance book. There's actually a section, I believe, on lighting.
Well, I don't recall going over lighting.
Just put it on
I'll put it on the
the
next one.
agenda for us to discuss.
One other request that I would like to make is, are y'all okay if we move the next planning commission meeting to April 14th? The reason for that is the first week in April is spring break, so there's some people that may not be here. And then I'm also requesting it moved to a Tuesday, so I've got to leave now.
Okay,
To
fine.
go to a class,
Fine, perfect.
So April 14th
April 14th. Are you all
at
okay?
5:30?
At 5:30.
I'm okay.
I got
Okay.
it.
Okay, zoning administrator comments?
That was my comment.
Okay, any board comments?
Nope.
All adjourned.
I make a motion that we adjourn this.
Oh.